What is up, my kings and queens? It's your man Cash is King. Today, we're going to be magic slot flipping using the duplication glitch out of the facility. And this is a two-player method. As you can see here, I have the Brioso 300 wide body. It's fresh from DMO. They do come with the selected trim, and so we'll need to flip it if we would like to keep it clean. Now I have this LM87 that has a white trim and blue accent that I'm going to be passing off to this vehicle today. So I have my donor vehicle and the vehicle that I would like to flip here in my facility waiting for me. Alright, now we're obviously going to have our friend to help us out for this method. He's going to be helping us by bringing his own vehicle up, blocking the driver's side of our door, and then we're going to make sure that our vehicle will allow access to our friend so that he can get into the passenger side and scoot over, and when he chooses to get out, it will also scoot him out of the passenger side. Alright, and he's going to help us to get in and out of our vehicles while we duplicate. Now I'm going to go ahead and request out my magic slot. It should be in a different location to begin with. Any other location besides the facility. Now it can be in the facility, but the step is just a little bit different to begin to dupe and to save plates, and so I believe it's best for you to get into the habit of doing it like this. Have your magic slot outside of the facility and then bring it in. Now when I do bring in that vehicle, you can see that even though I've parked it inside and I've chosen to push that redwood gauntlet, I do on my mini map have a vehicle tracker. Copy of the vehicle out on the map. It's a ghost vehicle. My friend can see it. It's just the same red car that's on my magic slot, same as the version that I have here inside of my workshop. So I'm going to have my friend to pull up his car, block the driver's side door, and he'll wait by the passenger side door for my cue to tell him to enter it. Now as soon as he enters the vehicle, you can enter this copy of the vehicle you would like to duplicate and make a change to it. You have to do it very, very quickly. We want to hit triangle, get in, right D-pad, immediately hit X into the armor and make a change. You must be quick. You only have about 1.5 seconds before your friend gets kicked out of the car outside. Alright, now if you pulled your magic slot into the facility from another location, the same as I did, you'll notice that at first it does not actually change yet. Alright, now typically with the dupe, when you're driving vehicles in and out of the facility, it'll change right away. But because I brought it from another location, it hasn't done that yet. And I'm just going to go ahead and drive this vehicle out and drive this vehicle right back in. Alright, now like I said, it's not necessarily required to do your first dupe that way, but it'll be important for you to understand the process, because this is how we're going to get our custom plates back after we magic slot flip this vehicle. We are going to be using a full flip method today, and so when we full flip the vehicle, we will be losing the Brioso 300 plate that I had put on it, and we will be getting a plate from the LM87, which won't match its identity. I want to take its identity back after it's clean. Alright, but as you can see, when I pull back in, now I do have a dupe, the Cash 300 plate over here on the corner, another version of the Brioso on top of my magic slot. It's now my magic slot vehicle. Alright, and we are ready to move into our flip. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get inside of this car. We'll drive it outside, and we're going to go through the process of duping to our magic slot from our donor. You'll pull this car out and just get it into a position that you can block the driver's side door off with your friend's car. For me, I'm using my console 1 and console 2. Once the vehicle is parked up, you can just have your friend or your other character come stand next to the door so that he's ready to hit triangle to get in and help you duplicate. Now it's important to remember that when we're magic slot flipping, we need to prep our disconnect. And if you're on PlayStation 4, you can go into your settings, go into your network, and hover over connect to the internet. Double tap your PlayStation button to come back into Grand Theft Auto 5. Now for me, I'm on PS5, so I'm going to have to be a little bit quicker about the situation, but we're going to have our friend get in the car. We'll get in and make a change to the vehicle, and then quickly disconnect our internet right after we make the change. You should get a screen flash, get an alert, and get thrown into story mode. Or from there, you can wait for a moment for your internet to connect and just feel free to load right back into your friend. Now, if you have a low internet connection, you might have to start your own session. I typically just can join on my C1 and C2, no problem. Now, once you do make it back into the session, you should be able to see that you still have the 2 original versions and your magic slot vehicle has now been flipped. Alright, now it's only going to pass the modifications that come from the donor, but because this vehicle is on our magic slot and we have a workshop in the facility, we can take advantage and do a quick flip. Now I'm just going to buy any of the upgrades that I like to the vehicle. I'm going to design it as much as I can and get all of the attributes and things that cost a lot of money tied to the vehicle. I'm also going to do a quick flip on the rims as I want to swap them back to licks. Now typically I go into sport and use split 6, which is rim number 26, to make the wave rims. But today I'll be going into rim number 27, and there isn't an option for one in the stock category, so you have to go into chrome rims and select chrome number 1. And this will be a continuation of our counts. Even though it's number 2 here, I'll get rim number 27. Now, as soon as you make that change to the rims, you need to disconnect your internet. All the other body modifications won't cost you any money, and they're a little bit more residual to the slot than the style of the rims are. So when you make a change to the rims, you must be quick to disconnect. All right, now you'll get kicked back down to story mode again, and we can load back online, and you should be able to tell that you are successful in your flip. If you are quick enough in disconnecting your internet after making the change to the rims, you should see that we now have our licks back on the vehicle. All right, now at this point, we have full flipped our vehicle using the duplication method. Now that it's on our magic slot, we've also done a quick flip to change the rims and add upgrades. And this vehicle is now almost in a state that's ready to keep. When we full flipped the vehicle, we did steal the plate from the LM87. And so you can see it does say GTA LM87 on the plate. And I do want that Cash 300 plate for this Brioso. I still have the original version that's not clean, but I don't want to dupe from that vehicle over the magic slot, and that would defeat the purpose of the flip. So we're going to go about the dupe process just a little bit different, like we did in the beginning. So I'll pull out my magic slot vehicle, and I'm going to go park this into the back of my MOC. And I'm going to make sure it's in a location that's outside of my facility to begin with. And I just had that redwood gauntlet in my MOC that I had pushed. And this is just strictly to get the personal vehicle slot out of the facility so that when we pull in, we can have that ghost car. And I'll have my friend to wait outside so that he can block the doors and enter that ghost vehicle for me. So I'll just pull my magic slot right back into the facility, a little out and right back in. And I'll choose to over push that redwood gauntlet, the same as before. And when I do, I should notice that I see that vehicle here, but I do have a marker on the map. Another marker of a ghost car for my friend to get into. All right, now my friend again blocking the door, making sure that our timing is correct. This time I'm going to go to the original version, the one that is not clean. And I'm going to steal the final component from it, the plate. So my friend can get in. Once he sits in my car, I'll hit triangle and quickly get in to make a change to the vehicle. I just change the armor as quick as possible and exit. Alright, now again, because I had that ghost vehicle out on the map, the other duplicate version shouldn't spawn out yet. The car that's on my magic slot shouldn't be fully duped. And so if we go ahead and run over and take a look, we can see that I still have the fully clean and fully flipped version on top of my magic slot. And it still does have the LM87 plate. But once I do drive this vehicle out after making the change to my original copy, I should see the plate change. And I have just stolen the plate as a dupe. Alright, now this is still on top of my magic slot, even though I have stolen the plate and we've watched the plate change. It's just a component feature. I'm just taking the identity of the slot. So you can drive this right back in. You can go store it in your MOC. For me, I just pulled into LSC just to take a look at the vehicle in better light and to show that the plate is on it. Alright, and I did make the change to the tire design to add it back as I didn't get it from the flip, but I know that this vehicle is now saved in that state. It's my magic slot vehicle still, however, so I do need to make another duplicate, one to keep. But now it has all the components, so when I dirty dupe and steal the whole identity as a carbon copy, I'll have that original plate tied with it, but now fully clean. Alright, so I'm just going to go to this original version now, and we're just going to dupe right over it because we don't need it no more. And I'll take it out, drive, block off the driver's side door for my friend so that he can get in and get out. And I can enter my facility on foot one more time where I can make my last and final duplication, duping off of the magic slot. This 100% fully clean car. Alright, so you'll just have your friend hit triangle to get in the Brioso, and once he's sitting down, you can as well. Quickly get in and make your change. After you do, you can exit the vehicle. And you should see that you have a direct carbon copy dupe waiting for you here on the floor. Finally, clean, able for us to store off of our magic slot. We won't have to worry about it reverting. Now, because I did make a change to the armor quickly to do the dupe, I went ahead and put it back to full, just so that it was fully upgraded. Alright, and we're complete. Magic slot flip successful. Quick flip successful, and a duplicate version for us to keep. Now if you close app, you can reload, come back online, and you'll be able to tell that the magic slot vehicle stays in the location that it was in the corner the whole time. But because I've closed app, it should revert back to stock, and we can immediately tell the difference in between the two versions. If you spawn in the facility, there's a good chance that you'll be laying on the bed. Have to hit right D-pad to lay on the damn bed before you can get out of the damn bed. This Rockstar sucks. I went through that about 4 or 5 times during the process of this glitch. So I'd suggest that your last location is set and not your facility for your spawn location, so you spawn outside on the map a little bit more consistently. Alright, but you can see there, I do have the original version to keep now, fully clean, plate, identity. I didn't have to lose anything to make this thing clean. Alright guys, so I hope that this method will help you out. If you like to run some magic slot flips to your collection without using gift cards to friends and passing off your donors and passing off your mod cards and receiving them back and then passing off clean cards before you can receive those, that you use this method because it's a little bit quicker and easier. Alright y'all, as always, be safe and have a great day everybody. Mmet Cash is king, and I'm gone. Peace.